What's up, everybody? Today I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to use the offset smoker today, and we're going to do stuffed meatballs that are bacon wrapped. I've seen it online. They look really good, so I'm going to try it myself and put my own spin on it. So we're going to do some prep work and then put them all together. So yes, that looks like a lot of garlic. I am not using it all in this recipe, but it gives me a chance because I'm going to roast it. So I'm going to always do a bunch, and whatever you don't use, you can freeze and then use in whatever dishes you want. Trust me, it works great. So this takes a little bit of time to do. I got the oven already preheated, so we're going to chop these, take the tops off, a little bit of olive oil, wrap them in foil, and then let the oven do the work. And by the way, I went to the store this morning and it is all fresh Ontario garlic. I like to try and buy local produce meats when I can. So we got them all topped, and now the fun part, the olive oil and then in the oven. So for this, I just like to use aluminum foil. So there you go. I will be putting it on a baking tray in case it leaks. Off to the oven. So here we have some mushrooms, cremini, I like them, and just some regular onions. So I'm gonna chop these guys up, saute them, let them cool off, and throw them into the meat mixture. I like to do things a little different. I like the flavoring. I've done this before other ways. So I'm gonna get this done now, let it cool off. We don't want to add it to the meat hot. Great time. The garlic's still in the oven, so do all this prep work when you can. And so let's get chopping and then sauteing. So preheat the pan, a generous amount of oil, and then everybody into the pool. The only thing I'm adding to this is a little bit of salt. And some pepper. Add as much or as little as you want, as always, to taste. I am putting them back in the bowl, but I've lined it with paper towel to soak up any of the extra oil, which I don't want in the stuffed meatballs. So the onions and mushrooms are done. They're off, they're cooling. I just checked the garlic. It needs about 10-15 more minutes. So that's still going. And let's go get the smoker started. Change of plan. I won't be filming much outside because it's raining. Sorry. I'm not putting my camera out totally in the rain. I'm crazy, but not that crazy. I will get some footage, but the smoker's on, it's heating up, and so in the meantime, when the smoker's going, I'm going to weigh the meat because I'm going to weigh out the spices and salt that go in. So I just like to be accurate. That way I know I'm not going crazy, over spicing it, over salting it. It's just good to be accurate. Little home scale, they're cheap, but they're worth the money. So I'm gonna put the bowl on. Tara the bowl so it goes back to 0. There we go. Paper. Got the beef in there. Got the pork in there. We are at 1.33 kilos. So same thing when we put the spices. Little bowl. Tear that out. This is just regular salt. I'm putting in 2% of the weight of the beef and the pork. That way I know it's not going to be too salty. There we go. I've got this bratwurst spice that I'm going to be using. I like the flavoring of it. I am going to add a hint of white pepper. I just like white pepper, so I'm going to add it as well. You know, should I? Smoked paprika? We're going to add a little bit too. So now we've weighed that out. Give it a quick mix. Blend it all together as best we can. Move you. Yeah, no. Probably should have used a bigger bowl, but whatever. Take this. All over. And now the fun part. Oh yeah, sorry, I gotta still add the onions and mushrooms and the garlic. So hang on. So I just want to show you. That is all that's left of the onions and mushrooms. They reduce quite a bit because they have a lot of water in them. And you really don't need that water. You just need all that flavor in there. So they're cold now. I'm gonna dump them in. And then we're gonna dump the garlic in next. So the garlic is done. Oh, look at that beautiful color. I'm just gonna pick one up. If you can see how nice and soft that is, that's a little hot. I'm gonna do it this way. If you see how lovely that garlic just squeezes out of there, that's what you want. That is what you want. Just take one at a time. Squeeze them out just like that. Beautiful roasted garlic. Still pretty hot, but that's okay. So anyways, you get the point. It's worth the wait. Smells beautiful. It's lost that garlic bit sharpness. Turns much sweeter. And I'm gonna finish these guys up and add it to the mix. Basically, what all you do with the garlic is once you've squeezed it out, just take a fork, and you see now it's just a paste. So you know it's done when it's like a paste. Smells so good. So I'm gonna do a couple spoonfuls. The rest, like I said earlier, you can freeze and then use it in whatever dishes you want. Normally I don't wear gloves, but filming by myself, it's just easier to get everything done. So we're gonna weigh off these meatballs. That way they're all the same. And I've got some cheese cuts. So we're gonna stuff them with the cheese, wrap them with the bacon, and then finally on the smoker. So here we go. So one thing I did, I wrapped the scale in plastic wrap. That way it's very easy to clean. And it's not going to affect the actual working of the scale. So let's see here. How big are we going to go? How heavy is that? Okay, 120 grams. There we go. Wait. There we go. And one reason we're going to do them all the same size is that it really helps with cooking. They're all going to get done around the same time. There we go. Now we're going to stuff them. So I'm going to finish these guys off and then get them on. As you can see, it is raining out here, a little chilly. So the meatballs are finally on the smoker. I had to use 2 racks because I made a few more than I thought. So now we're just gonna let the smoker do its thing. I just looked, the temperature when I put them on was just over 300. We are not doing low and slow really. I'm gonna keep it probably between around 300 the whole time, because I don't need to cook them for hours and hours and hours. I just need them to pick up some smoke and cook all the way through. I have my trusty thermometer, which is going to be your best friend if you're smoking, because you always want to check the internal, make sure it gets up to that cooked temperature. So enough talking, and let's get that smoker going. Smoker's right there. They've been on for about 35 minutes, so we're going to take a look and see what's going on in there. Looking good. I'm just going to keep watching them. I don't know how long they're going to actually take. My guess is probably about an hour and a half, hour and 20 minutes. I'm guessing. So I'm just gonna keep watching them, and so next time you see me they're gonna be done, and we're gonna go taste test them. I can't wait. And I'd like to point out, I am Canadian. I live in Canada, so that smoker, I will be using it all winter. Even when there's snow out here and -20, I will be smoking. Call me crazy, but for me it's a 4-season thing. Not just spring, summer, and fall. I know I'm nuts, but whatever. Let's just get smoking. Oh yeah, they're looking good. So I'm gonna take one, cut into it, and see what we get. Ready? Oh yeah. Look at that. Bring it closer to the camera. Fully cooked. Cheese is nice and melty. That looks good. Fork. I don't know where to dig into here. Cut it a little bit smaller. Oh yeah, that's good. Get a piece with the cheese. That bacon is good. Oh yeah. Oh. Definitely a winner.